If you sold your practice tomorrow, would someone be buying a business or would they be buying your job? Because those are two entirely different things. In this clip, Mike and I discuss what makes an advisory firm attractive in today's M&A market and why some businesses command significantly higher valuations than others. And if you're ever stumped for ideas, I mean, there's this little known subject that most people are talking about called AI, right? Leverage AI. Ask it, tell them who your ideal client is, what's your local market, it will generate ideas for you on different type of events and gifts and different things you could put within your service model. And I have several teams that leverage that. And again, what we're talking about time saving, what a time saving tool. Now we're not going to dive deep into AI, but on the topics we've talked about today, I mean, AI can help you with coming up with an ideal calendar, how to segment. It can do a lot of these different things for you. But you know what's really interesting is you said something earlier, and it's keeping the end in mind. And all of what we've been talking about today, making sure you're being very intentional with your time and spending it where it needs to be spent. Knowing what your client segmentation is, so you know where to spend your time and resources and maximize the time that you're spending. We just talked about the client experience and doing all of that. All of that really ties into kind of the last subject I think we wanted to touch on, and that is in the last year we have seen. Actually, it was last year. We just saw this article last week. There were 4,000 fewer advisors that came into the business that actually exited the business. And so what we're seeing now is we have this middle ground of advisors who still have some runway in their career. And we're starting to hear a lot about M&A. We're starting to hear a lot of our advisors, I get it too, like, hey, we're looking to acquire some teams. And one of the big factors is that you want to create an advisory practice that whether you're a buyer or a seller, that is very attractive to whoever you're trying to make it attractive to. I keep hearing more and more about this. In fact, Echelon just put out some stats that said that there was a new record, 466 RIA M&A deals last year, as a 27% increase in 2025. Wow. That's a massive number. And so as we're talking about dialing all these things in, and Duncan always talks about, every business should be designed to be sold, whether that's your intent or not. What are you hearing from your advisors in the M&A space? What are the big things that they're talking about, and how does all of this kind of tie into that topic as well?
Well, it's interesting to me because advisors are always, in some way, shape, or form, most of them anyways, are talking about growth, future growth of the firm, and what's the most efficient way to scale. And a lot of it is through acquisition. Them looking for other firms that they think might be a good fit for what they're already doing.
Yes.
And what's most important for anyone listening out there, that people, other advisory firms, they want to buy a business. They don't want to buy your job. And this goes back to being so focused on just what we're doing from our technical abilities as an advisor, working in our job and continually just doing that, where there being no onus on what am I really creating here? Am I truly building a business that can be sold and is attractive to someone else? Because you will get much larger multiples if you've created something that truly is more, what Duncan says a lot too, franchise ready. I can take this business, I can fold it into mine, and based on their model, it's going to work out really well for us. Versus examining an advisor that's been working in their job so long. You look at that book of business, you start peeling back the onion here, and you start going, I don't know about this here. Sure, there's a lot of households, there's a lot of AUM, but how has that advisor been managing that money? Is this going to be easily transitionable to my practice, or am I going to have to purchase something that I need to completely unwind as well? So again, these are things that factor into play when I'm helping groups that are looking at acquiring other offices, where I'm telling them point blank, I think this is a really good opportunity, or I might shy away from this one.